Martin Conway speaking. First, I'd like to thank you for trusting in the Conway Law Group. We have a crew of employees who are certainly diligent in attempting to give you the bankruptcy relief that you're seeking, and we kind of welcome this opportunity to be of service to you. So let me speak to you briefly about the non-bankruptcy relief that you may have. And many of you would not know that you have these credit issues in your cases. In about 20% of all bankruptcy cases, the consumer has claims under the Federal Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Federal Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Many times we don't know which consumers have these issues, and frankly, you may not know that you have these issues. And what I'm talking about in particular is that your credit report may not be accurate both before your bankruptcy filing and after your bankruptcy filing. Those violations or those inaccuracies in the credit report violate both of these statutes. And about 20% of all cases have violations of these two statutes in them. Again, I may not know that, and you may not know that. So where does that leave us? Well, it's not unusual for bankruptcy attorneys to sometimes have kind of side practices under these two federal statutes. I've chosen not to because I think you could be the jack of all trades and the master of none. But I still think that these issues should be addressed because after all, it's your credit score, and your credit score may not be as high as it should be because of these errors that appear on the credit report. So I have affiliated with a law firm in Arizona. They have a Virginia licensed attorney on their staff, and they will look into these issues both for the two of us, because I don't think I can be the provider that I should be unless I'm addressing these issues for you. What is my relationship with this law firm in Arizona, and what would your relationship with the law firm in Arizona be? They work on a contingent fee. The claims under these two federal statutes, the Federal Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Federal Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, range from $500 to $1,000 per claim. And typically there's probably 1 to 2 claims or 3 claims in every case. So at no cost to you, the law firm in Arizona will pursue the claims for you. In full disclosure, we get a 25% referral fee for referring the case to the law firm. They get about $5,000 as a typical attorney's fee in the case. We get $1,250 for referring the case. They get the balance of the fee. And you would get, say, $500 to $3,000 typically in each case. Plus your credit report would be corrected, and you would get the high credit score that you now deserve, having gone through and filed for bankruptcy. And I understand the process takes about a year once a case is open for them. Sometimes shorter, depending upon whether the credit reporting agency settles. So what's required of you? My staff will give you a form to fill out. It's a credit report authorization, and that's your free credit report that you get once a year. So you fill that out in advance. 30 to 60 days after you obtain your bankruptcy discharge, my staff would put it in the mail. When you get the credit report, you should send a copy of it back to us, and we will then send it on to the law firm in Arizona. If they find a claim, they will call you directly. I also have a consent form, and you can speak to them directly and set up an appointment. There may be, unbeknownst to you, some Fair Debt Collection Practice Act violations, both before you filed for bankruptcy and after you filed bankruptcy. And the law firm may want to interview with you about those violations. So we need 2 forms from you. The credit consent form, so we can pull your credit report 30 to 60 days after you obtain a bankruptcy discharge, and a consent form so that you can speak to the law firm directly. They may want to interview about Fair Debt Collection Practices Act matters both before you file for bankruptcy and afterwards. Again, it's your rights not to be harassed by your creditors. It's your rights that your credit report be accurate, or your personal right, and I think you should assert your rights, as we all should. I mean, that's why Congress gave us these rights, and that's so we wouldn't be harassed by our creditors and our credit report would be accurate. So please take the time to fill the paperwork out, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you. Bye-bye.